Welcome to my three-tier web application architectural design web series, folks. In today's video, we are going to see how the logging and monitoring was set up in this design. So if you have not seen my previous videos of how the solution was chosen and what are the different components was chosen, I would highly recommend to go ahead and look at those videos before you go and see this. I'll put the link in the comment section so that you can go ahead and check it out. So let us go ahead and see what is the design that we chose. Here we are. The three-tier architecture that we have, the Amazon S3 and CloudFront, which connects to API Gateway and Lambda, and as database we are using RDS. So each of these components store or create logs in different level, and all of them needs to be collected and centralized so that you can have a dashboards or have an insight into what is happening in your environment. So let us go ahead and see how we can do that. So for this, we are going to use Amazon Cloudwatch, because that is the centralized mechanism where we are going to store all the logs. We are going to create something called as Cloudwatch logs and log streams. And using those log streams, we can have some dashboards built on top of that. So what is the first log that we are going to collect? So the first thing that we are going to do is Amazon S3, because we have a static website and that static website can be configured with access logs. So we will be creating another bucket specifically for storing those access logs and feeding the information into Cloudwatch. And the next logs that we want to collect is the CloudFront access logs. So if you remember, CloudFront also has a mechanism to collect access logs so that you can see what are the hits that are happening, what are the misses that are happening, what are the 404 messages, so that you can have some insights into your CloudFront access. We'll collect this information and send it to Cloudwatch. Finally, if you go on to Amazon API Gateway, you can collect different types of logs. So you need to talk to your developer and choose the type of logs that you want to collect. In my case, I went ahead and configured it for latency logs, that is how soon or how slow my gateways are responding to requests and how many requests are coming in and how many of those requests are resulting in errors. Say, for example, there is a 404 request or there is a malformed request. So all those information was collected at my API gateway level and fed into Cloudwatch. When it comes to Amazon Lambda, you have multiple options. By default, there are some 7 metrics Amazon provides. If you want, you can go ahead and collect the logs for all of them, or you can choose which ones you want. So in my case, I went ahead and started logging for invocation logs and whether the invocations are having errors or if they're completing successfully. And I also wanted to know how long my Lambda functions are running. If I wanted to know whether I have over provisioned my resources or I am under provisioning my resources in Lambda. So finally, the other Lambda log that I wanted to collect was throttled invocations, because my gateway is open to the world. So I wanted to know if my gateway is being throttled or if my Lambda functions are hitting the throttling limits that has been set up, so that I can change the concurrency and also scale up my Lambda functions appropriately. So finally, when it comes to databases, you get 3 different types of logs that is provisioned by Amazon. That is the general logs, that is the general state of your database, and then you have a slow query logs. Say, for example, one of your developers has written a query and it is taking a long time to complete, then those kind of information will be provided in the slow query logs. And the final one is error logs. If something goes wrong in your database, you would want to know about it. So you need to really configure the error logs as well. So apart from this architecture, we also have CloudTrail. Every AWS account should have enabled CloudTrail so that you can have a log of all the API activity that is happening in your account, and you should feed it into Cloudwatch so that you can have an operational insight over your account. In addition to this, if you remember, we are also using web application firewalls for layer 7 firewall capabilities. So we will be taking the logs of the total request that is coming into this account or this solution, and also the allowed request as well as the blocked request. So what do I do now? I have collected all these logs. The next step is going ahead and configuring your monitoring. So the first step of configuring your monitoring is always setting up alarms. So for example, if my Lambda is continuously having 10 failures, then I would like to have a notification. So you can have custom metrics, and then, or for example, if there is a lot of 404 errors on your CloudFront, then you would want to be notified about it. So you can set up an alarm for that. So once you set up all these alarms, you need to feed it to your processing system, or Or for example, if there is a security team, you would want them to be notified of this alarm so that they can take into action. So the easiest way to do it in Amazon is you can configure SNS notifications, or you can use something like Slack so that all the notifications are sent to your Slack channel and your support teams will be notified so that they can take some corrective actions. So this is how the logging and monitoring for this solution was implemented. Let me know about the solutions that you have done in your accounts, or if you have any design choices that you think it can improve the design that we have made here. I'm happy to know about them. If you want to know anything more about this design, go ahead and put them in the comment section. I'll be happy to look over them and help you with it. Thanks for watching. Happy learning.